What's going on? Good afternoon. It is, what day is it? Tuesday, March 19th. It's just after 2, and we'll see who comes on into the chat. How are you guys, my invisible people? Man, I'm still reeling from the other night, so it's going to take me a moment to get my bearings. I'm like that. When something happens, it takes me at least 24 hours to kind of like let the dust settle. And then a few more periods of 24 hours for the dust to really settle. So I'm getting there. It's been less than 48 hours, but wow. So I wanted to discuss a couple of cases that one that we've never talked about. I don't know that it's really a case. The royal family, you guys, have you kept up with that? I don't normally, but for those of you that have paid attention, it seems that Kate Middleton may have not been seen from the end of December until maybe yesterday, maybe. And there was a official statement released that she had had some abdominal surgery that was scheduled. It just seems very shady. And there are a lot of people on the internet with all kinds of conspiracy theories, of course. And let me do my little disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of conversation, always hoping to open up a discussion and learn something and become educated and be educational, all that good stuff. All my videos to date have been made for YouTube, and it's an entertainment platform. So I had a lot of trouble with my live yesterday. I had to do 3 of them. The last one wasn't really of much substance. It was just to finish it up rather than just to drop off. But today, hopefully that's not a problem. I don't know if there's still internet challenges or what, but we will see. We shall see. So the thing with Kate Middleton, it seems that there might be some distress in the marriage. It seems like the nut didn't fall far from the tree, possibly with Mr. Prince William. And it's just devastating. It's so sad that after what happened to his mother, you'd think he'd be more aware and less docile and complacent with the whole royal family. Money and power do strange things to people, huh? So I see that I'm still all alone, and I just can't believe it. 3 minutes in, no one's out there. So yeah, if you guys want to talk about Kate Middleton, I have been following a little bit the last few days, and Christina Randall did a video about it yesterday, and maybe she was on a video yesterday that was released in the UK. I'm not sure. But the other case I wanted to discuss, in addition to what we normally discuss here lately, is the ID4. You guys have probably noticed that I don't discuss it much. And I've said it a few times. I said it on What's the Obsessions panel the other night. I don't really see any reason to discuss that case until the powers that be, the authorities over there in the area, address who the heck got hired. Hey, Sunset Salty Sage, who the heck got hired for that fellowship position that the criminal defendant had interviewed for? And it might seem like a trivial, insignificant issue to some people, but I don't think that it is. I think that it's very likely that he was the one who filled the position, unless they can come up with the evidence to prove to us that he never was hired. Why on earth would it take, we're coming up on a year and a half now, and they still haven't said who filled that freaking position? So until they can do that, I don't feel like there's any reason to discuss that case. There's so much drama and insanity. I mean, the case is ridiculous. But I'm bringing it up today because Mama D from 1111 True Crime, I think she changed the name of her channel. I'm not sure. It's like 1111 True Crime or 1111 Tarot. You guys know Mama D. She's fabulous. And she put out a video yesterday saying that she's essentially being cyber stalked by the previous owner of the residence 1122 King Road. And I believe her. I don't think she would be saying that if it weren't true. And her entire video, and of course I'll put a link to it in the description, was essentially putting it on the record that if anything happens to her, this was all said on the record, on her own official record. So I haven't been that suspicious of the previous owner of the 1122 King Road evidence, or King Road residence, evidence schmevidence residence. I never realized those two words rhyme. I haven't been very suspicious of him because I'm, kind of thick sometimes. The fact that the white Hyundai Elantra that wrecked over there in Oregon was registered, I think, to his name, and the fact that when the FBI lost track of the criminal defendant when he was driving cross country, and that their story is that they were able to catch up with him again when a traffic cam tracked his license plate number, and that just happened to be in the town in Colorado where this Dan Estes is from. So I want to say the name of the town might be La Loma or something like that. It's a really, really small town. I also want to say there's only a few hundred people that live there, or maybe like 1,200 or something like that, like tiny town. And what are the chances that the criminal defendant would have driven through his tiny town, since it was so far off the shortest distance between point A and point B? Like, they went 800 miles out of their way. And what are the chances that that's where the traffic cam would capture the license plate? How many other traffic cams did they pass? I mean, the case is effing crazy, you guys. Holy smokes. Sunset Salty Sage. About Mama D's suspicion of cyber stalking. Yeah, it sounds really bad. It sounds really bad. So I wanted to discuss it because I want to bolster her message and just underscore what she's already said and just bring more attention to it. So I don't think I want to necessarily add anything to it because I wouldn't really know what to add. But I want to add this, that why would he be cyber stalking her unless he is directly connected to the whole thing, right? I mean, obviously he's got the direct connection of owning that property when it happened, owning a white Hyundai Elantra that then wrecked, and then the whole thing with the small town that he lives in Colorado. And then isn't he like Blue Sky Realty, and Xana had an affiliation with the Blue Sky Realty? There's the Blue Sky Realty, and then there's like the other one that's real similar. And then there's that whole thing with the freaking murder of crows in August. I need to look up the dates on that. The murder of crows, that the guy, that maybe he wasn't from Blue Sky Realty, maybe he was from the other one. But he called 911 and said, oh my goodness, there's so many crows on this house. And it was like, I think at least 6 weeks before the fatality. So maybe it was September of 2022. The quadruple fatality, excuse me. So yeah, what's up with the Blue Sky Realty? What's up with Mr. Estes? And like, what's up with him giving away that $1 million investment to the university? And then turns out the university president's father owned it too when he was growing up, which was not disclosed publicly until the day that it was destroyed. Hey, Mark, good afternoon. How are you? How's the doggo? I forget your dog's name. I know you've shared it if you want to share it again. Your 15-year-old dog, right? That is awesome. And yes, our pets, don't we just wish that they would outlive us, right? We're great. Ripley, yes, 15. It's a good name. I thought it was a good name. I just couldn't remember what it was. It's a very good name. Was at the park. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, I don't know if you are just coming in, if you caught what I was sketching out to talk about Kate Middleton. Squirrels, woohoo, present, but doing things. Cool, because I didn't even get to check to see if you were on live. I've just been extremely busy and preoccupied with, my own drama here. I shared with you guys yesterday from the night before last and sort of the aftermath of that. And, everything is fine. It's just the reeling, the reeling. So, yeah. Do you guys care what's going on with Kate Middleton? Because I can't help but care. I was very, shall we say, aligned with Princess Diana, Lady Di, and it's always broken my heart what happened to her. And it's always concerned me that her sons would one day realize the possibility of how their grandmother and father may or may not have been involved in the accident. And of course, we all know that Harry and Meghan moved out of the country, which I thought was really wise of them. I think that Harry's probably tuned in, and that maybe William is not or doesn't care, but it sounds like he has a child with another mother. Have you guys heard that? Something happened during that surgery. Ew, squirrels. I'm so glad you're here. What, like maybe a stroke or something? I mean, I wonder if she even had a surgery. I'm wondering if she didn't find out that he was cheating on her and attempted self-harm or something like that. Maybe she ate a bottle of, let's say, Tylenol, something like that. I mean, this is pure speculation. And then that's why they had to do the abdominal surgery. I mean, if it's true that he had or has a child that is a handful of years old, I want to say around 8, with some other freaking princess. Have you guys heard about this? I mean, it's all over the internet. It's not just me. I mean, you guys, I want to say too that pretty much everything that I share with you on my channel, I try to show my receipts for it, at least by connecting the links to videos that I've been watching and gathering my ideas from. But also that pretty much all of the information that I share is from the internet. So it's public information. So I just want to cover that. Maybe she never made it to it. Maybe she never made it out of it. Maybe it's personal issues. Maybe she's healing. Time will tell for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Mark, check it out. And like I said, Christina Randall did a video on it yesterday, which I was glad. I don't think I got to watch the whole thing. I think I only watched the beginning of it, but I will catch the rest of it. You don't want to know what I think. Oh, yes, I do, Sunset. Please share. Please. I would love to know what you think because I've been wanting to discuss it with you guys. I think I learned about it after my video on Friday. Like I was pretty clueless. I would see a few things on YouTube, but I was not paying attention. And then I started paying attention because of that other princess and thought, man, is William thinking he's a stud muffin like his freaking father? And then, the whole thing with his father announcing that he's got cancer. So that puts William much closer to the throne. So yes, Sunset, I really want to know what you think. Please share. Let's see. And while you're typing in, I will show the thumb, the creepy thumb, my favorite creepy thumb. There's the other creepy thumb. And then please make sure you're still subscribed. Share a video of mine if you like and want to find out if your friends or family might be interested in watching the stuff that I put out there on the internet. And turn on your notification bell to ring and hit that like button. My algorithm, I think, is close to flatlined. And yeah, I know I'm not like the best creator in the world. So it's not like I think I'm terrible at what I do either. I think I'm medium. I do have the coolest set of anyone, right? You can give me that. But obviously, that's not why we're here. This is not a home decor channel or a fantasy fairy world channel, which is kind of like what it all looks like, right? What have I added since yesterday? There's so much cool stuff. I added this little guy right here. And let's see, a couple other things. This, I added that. It used to be in the squirrel huddle. I took it out of the squirrel huddle so that you could see it. And then I messed around with the lights a little bit. I did a little rearranging around here. Oh, I added this because Mark was asking about that the other day being like a phone booth. And I said, no, it was a lantern. So how many lanterns do I have today? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you count these little white tiny lanterns, that would be 5, 6. Only 6 lanterns. What? Oh, you count that as a lantern. 7. I'm kind of obsessed with lanterns. There's more, but we won't go on and on about the lanterns. I'm going to read what our dear Sunset Salty Sage has to say. She and Charles both go into hospital. Charles has cancer. He is seen leaving and is on the mend. She is never seen again. Did she donate a healthy something or another to King Charles? Oh my goodness. Also note C Cam or CH. Also note signed C Camilla or CH. A note signed. Whoa. Sunset. Are you like certifiably insane or something? No, I'm just kidding. It seems quite plausible to me. That would be wild if she was forced to donate an organ and then didn't come out of that surgery. You're better than me, but I'm a low bar. Mark, I don't think that you realize that a lot of people like your channel. I don't think you realize that. So yeah, and it's not about comparing ourselves, right? It's not about how many likes and views and all those good things, but it is about having a healthy foothold in the true crime community. If we want to get our message out, then we need people to hear what we're saying. But really, honestly, like I don't care if somebody has 1 million followers or 12 subs. That doesn't influence me at all on how good I might think that they are or aren't. In fact, I think, in my opinion, in my estimation, more often it's the tiny channels that are really good and the giant channels that, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're not. Like those, that's kind of like the mind bubble gum that gets promoted to keep people from actually thinking, right? That's my opinion. Anyway. Third eye is strong, dear. C for Camilla or Charles, because she would have signed it Princess or Kate. Wow. Wow. Sunset Salty Sage, yeah, I believe you that you have a lot of insight and intuition. That sounds very plausible. And then how are they going to spin it? Or like maybe they're hoping if she's in a coma that she'll come out of it. But my guess too is if it's this other thing about the cheating, and maybe it's both, and maybe she's so furious and devastated that and stressed. When you're that stressed, you cannot hide it. Like, your face will show it. There's no way you can hide it. There's no mask that will cover it. And so that's what I've been thinking, is that she's furious. She wants to leave the marriage, and she's basically not allowed. Maybe. I mean, that's sort of like what happened with Princess Diana, in my opinion, that she left the marriage and she wasn't allowed. So that was taken care of, especially when she was dating somebody else. And then it cleared the decks for Charles to marry his mistress. So weird. It's so weird. Um, let's see. All clearly suspicion. I know nothing. Well, like I said, when I'm trying to figure something out and I'm like, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's the other thing, more often than not, I believe the answer is D, all of the above. So perhaps it's a combination of what happened with the cancer with her father-in-law, and the rage of finding out that her husband's been cheating on her all along. Maybe it's the two of those things together, right? Um, I'm going to put my money on that. That's what I'm putting my money on. Let's see. And thanks, Chaz. True. Well, and see, it's so cool that you're humble, Mark. I mean, I just think being humble is like the highest priority. Absolutely. For myself, for everyone. Again, I don't care how big a content creator is. It's really hard for those giant content creators to stay humble and keep their feet on the ground. And to me, it's absolutely essential. Absolutely essential that you're not going to be a good anything without eating your humble pie, right? It's very healthy. I love Princess Diana always. So I found this new channel, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Of course, I will put a link in the description. And it's this woman who says she's been channeling Princess Diana ever since Lady Di passed away. And I've only watched her a couple of times, so I don't know if she's just completely nuts, or she seems pretty reasonable, and she's funny, and I like her style. So like I said, I'll put the link. Sorry, I can't remember the name at all. I might be able to pull it up on my phone if I but it also might distract me, and then I'll be like, huh, was I on a live? And I'll be fubbing you guys. So let me see if I can find it. I'll just like Google Princess Kate and see if it comes right up, because she's one of the only ones that I've watched that's new to me. Of course, it's not going to come up because she's a much smaller channel than most. But like I said, I'll just put it in the link in the description. And then there's one from 2 hours ago, Kiki Meets World, that says Kate Middleton has finally been seen found shopping, question mark. Rose Hanbury breaks her silence on the affair 7 hours ago, CNN News. Oh, crap. I figured there was a whole bunch of stuff that was brewing right now that I hadn't. Okay, so an hour ago, the Royal Family Channel quoted Prince Charles saying, I wish she was here, which makes me think that maybe something treacherous happened to her. Wow. Okay, so we got some catching up to do if we're interested. I'm very interested, especially now that I see that. Like I said, I had an inkling that that the dam was breaking wide open, but I hadn't really looked at YouTube yet today because I've just been extremely busy. Usually this late in the day, I've checked out quite a bit, but not this time. That's one of my favorite sayings. Not this time. Scammy. Like, when are we going to get an answer for why she said that? That's insane. That's completely insane. Anyway, so yeah, I really want to talk about Kylie too, because it just blows my mind how we are a year and a half out from that 16-year-old child disappearing from a party, and not much has been done about it other than a bunch of gobbledygoo. And Shan's live last night, she was showing a bunch of information about Shannon Moon, and yeah, sketchy, very, very sketchy. Let's see. They will blame it on mental health like they did to Harry and Diana. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it would be so easy for them to unalive her and then say that she unalived herself, which is what I fear. So, they can do anything they want to her essentially and then say she did it to herself. Just like when people are in prison. I mean, she's kind of in a prison, more than kind of, right? I mean, anything can be a prison if you're not happy and you don't feel free to leave or free to express yourself. And it sounds like she wasn't even free to like choose her own clothes or food. I mean, holy smokes. Can you imagine living like that? Like, it might be fun for a day, to be a princess. But after about a day and a half, I'd be like, okay, screw this noise, man. I'll go live in a cardboard box. I don't care. I do not care. Medical coma, psychiatric hold. Exactly. That's what I think. And Meg M. Meghan Markle. Yeah. Yeah. See, I really like Meghan Markle, and I really like this channel, Martin Decoder, but I don't watch him so much because he's always slamming Meghan Markle. And my theory is that if you live in the UK, you have to side with the royal family or you will be run off the side of the road the way Princess Diana was. You'll be Karen Silkwooded. So Martin Decoder is a really good linguistic analyst who does a very fine job of breaking down liars and teaching us how to decipher, how to figure out people's tells. And one of the only things I don't like about him is that he slams Meghan Markle so hard. And yeah, she's young and she, stepped into this world of insanity. And I just think he needs to give her a break, but I don't think he will because, he wants to make sure that he's on the inside track with the royal family as much as he can be, because he's a bit of a high profile with his success with his YouTube channel. But he did a really good job in the Watts case, analyzing Chris Watts and analyzing NK. And I just wish that he would analyze Scammy. I don't think he ever has touched the Kylie Rodney case. I'll have to go through his channel again and see, but I don't think he has. But check him out if you guys like that sort of thing. I know a lot of people in the Kylie Rodney crew talk about Deception Detective and a couple others that are like that, but I'm a huge Martin Decoder fan. But yeah, I think he's really unfair to poor little Miss Meghan Markle. I think she's adorable. I think she's intelligent. I think Harry is scared to death that the royal family will do something to her. So I think it was very smart for them to have left. Yes, and Sunset Salty Sage says, I dig Mr. Mark Molina. Yeah, Mark is just so low key, and that is cool. So, and keep her hidden away so he can have his new trophy once crowned. Now that Charles made new rules. Well, of course Charles made new rules because he broke all the rules. I mean, not that, having the affair, that wasn't breaking a rule. I mean, that goes with the territory of being rich and powerful, right? Especially in the royal family. But marrying your mistress, that's probably never happened before. I don't know. I haven't studied enough royal history. So let's switch gears over to Kylie, you guys. Yeah. I've been talking a lot about the Watts case lately and kind of a resurgence on Kylie. It's funny because I was starting to get a little burned out on my dear Kylie Rodney, which I never want to get burned out on that. But when I feel that, I feel like it's important to acknowledge it and pay attention to it and do something about it. And then as soon as I did, then there was just like this big resurgence with MC Ultra doing all of her crazy allegations of copyright infringements. And I think it's backfiring. I think it's not only bringing more attention to Kylie Rodney's case, but also more attention to her and what the F is her involvement in Kylie Rodney's case. I mean, she's crazy. She's absolutely insane. And the people that follow her, I don't want to offend any of my viewers. If any of my viewers follow her, unless you're doing it the way Mrs. G, aka the Honey Badger, does it, Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the Honey Badger. Sorry, I got her name wrong. Unless you're doing it just to keep an eye on her, like, I don't understand how anybody could have any faith in her whatsoever. I mean, she's proven herself a liar so many times, and she's proven herself so freaking stupid. I mean, she's manipulative, and you can't be manipulative and be 100% stupid. Some of that is what I call dumb like a fox. So she's definitely got that going. I mean, she's extremely sophisticated in her level of manipulation. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. Hello, Cosmic Kate. Oh, Cosmic Kate, you made me think of Cosmic Corpse, the nickname for Hannah Gutierrez Reed, the nickname that she had prior to the whole thing with what happened on the Rust set. And I'd like to talk about the Rust set too, because you guys have probably seen the photographs and the video of the first responders getting Miss Helena Hutchins out of the tiny church chapel and on the gurney into the I think they put her in an ambulance first before they then transitioned her to a helicopter. But what I want to talk about is her feet. And trigger warning, the way her feet are splayed makes me think she was completely gone, and that they knew that, because I know from when my mom was so sick and dying in the hospital, when the feet splay out, you're toast. And she had one foot splayed out, like they were not even symmetrical. And noticing that was horrifying to me. And then they're trying to hide it. So I mean, I'm curious if you guys have noticed that. It's so sad. It's so sad. Cosmic Kate, thanks for reminding me about the whole sadness there. And then yesterday I dropped the little tiny bomb that people might not think is relevant, or maybe they think it is. I don't know. I didn't get any feedback, I don't think, in yesterday's video about Seth Kinney sharing in one of his police interviews that Hannah Gutierrez Reed's legal father, her guardian, was not her biological father, and that her mom had cheated on him when he was working on a set, and that he then raised Hannah as his own. So not only does Hannah have all that animosity, knowing that, obviously she knows it because she's got a different last name, but how old was she when they shared that with her? Did they share it with her too young? Did they share it with her too old? Because finding out your father is not your father after a certain point in time is really going to be disastrous. So did they raise her letting her know that he wasn't her biological father? Or did she find out one day, like, I don't know, when she was 20, or who knows? Who knows? But that stuff can really be detrimental to mental health. Hey, Sandra, what's up? Everyone in chat. Mark Molina, nope, don't watch those types of scenes. Yeah, looked Too long and major gun shoot. Alex needs to go to prison. Yeah, he's such a freaking jerk. I mean, I can't even watch this stuff right now about him and his attorney trying to make a motion to dismiss the charges. I just can't even. I haven't been able to bring myself to pay attention to that because, of course, they're going to try to get things dismissed and they're going to try to pay people off and they're going to try to intimidate people. I mean, and they're going to try to let the little young woman take all the blame. And yeah, she does shoulder responsibility, but Alec shoulders far more responsibility, in my opinion, on that case. So, yeah, let's get back to Kylie. So, I just really don't know what to think about the case as a whole and how the information was not accurate and intentionally misrepresented. Like the whole thing with the sweatshirts, like that's never been addressed. We've never seen the sweatshirts. We've never seen photographs of her in either of the sweatshirts from that day. We've never seen video of her in either of the sweatshirts. We've never seen video or photographs of her from that day. And why is that? I really want to know. Sorry, I'm just listening because I have lots to handle, but squirrels, we need your help. We need your help right now for our dear Ms. Kylie. And I just love the way you are on fire with the case. I appreciate that so much. You're like a lightning rod for all of the information, and it's awesome. So I know you're extremely motivated and that it comes really natural to you, but at the same time, I know that it is a lot of hard work too, and you just keep pushing forward. So thank you so much for doing that. You do a lot of the heavy lifting, and Mark, you do too. So, you're kind of the caboose. You're making sure that certain things are focused on, and you're digging and finding things. And it's amazing the things that you find when you're digging, the things that you find inadvertently without even trying, isn't it? Like that's usually some of the best information. Like on the ID4 case, back to that, when I found the information about Scott Green being a billionaire, I was like, wait, what's this? And all I was doing was trying to find out what his annual salary was. Look at my shirt. I look all crazy with my angles. I'm going to have to delete the whole video now. So, yeah, not to be vain, right? This is why I like to wear a lot of black so that I don't have to worry about that stuff. No, I'm struggling with today's tasks, but organizing digital stuff is important right now. Or did the mother not? Yeah. Kylie's mom. Right. Is Kylie's case similar to Madeline Soto's case, you guys? I mean, there's been some speculation. I've certainly noticed the similarities with Madeline Soto's mother and Scammy and Lindsay. It's freaky. It's really freaky. And again, the father that Kylie lived with was her stepfather, and that type of abuse is all too common. She was 16 years old. As children that are abused get older, they often get more feisty and less cooperative. I think, in my opinion, that's what happened with John Bonet Ramsey when she was 6. So maybe that's what happened with Madeline Soto when she turned 13. And maybe that's what happened with Kylie when she was 16. Pure speculation, but I think there's a foundation for that speculation, in my humble opinion. And yeah, the mom being so fierce about trying to get people to not question anything in her daughter's case, very suspicious. Yeah, Ara covered it, did know of Mom Lies on Soto. Yeah. And it's really hard for me to examine that case too much because she was so young. I think when it started, she was 7 when that man came into the family's life. So I can't imagine that he waited too long before being a freaking scumbag, because he was a freaking scumbag before he ever met them. Uh, Guaranteed. Unfortunately, I think Miss G is going to be involved in legal litigation with MC. Well, I don't know how unfortunate that is. That might be fortunate. I mean, as long as Mrs. G thinks it's fortunate, I think she's like Shan. That kind of stuff just puts fire under her feet. They got the fire in the belly and they're ready to rumble. It might be unfortunate for MC, but Mrs. G, I think, will come out on top for sure. Protect the kids. Hey, mom first, always. What's up? Yeah, protect the kids. It's just so awful, the things that we find out about the abuses that happen. So you guys know that I have been following the Tilted Lawyer for the last couple of weeks. And also, what's that other channel that I like? JC Carts Arts. And both of those channels have paid attention to the Chad, is it Chad Dougherty? I think that's his name. The guy who shot his 3 sons at his house here in Ohio. And I think I know his first name is Chad. I think his last name is Dougherty or something similar to that. He's from like the southwestern region of our state, small town, and I guess in the news right now, the big deal is that the arresting officer forgot to make sure that he was aware of his rights, basically forgot to Mirandize him. And I have compassion for that police officer because I can't imagine being in that scene, even though I've seen the body cam footage a few times, so I can kind of imagine being in it. I can't imagine being in their heads when they're there at that scene. All I can think is that they would want to kill the man, but it's their job to use the least amount of force possible and to diminish harm to anyone, including a suspect. And I just can't imagine that they didn't want to unalive him right then and there. But they refrained and they arrested him, and then they forgot to Mirandize him. And I mean, it makes sense to me that they would forget when they're completely blown away like that. Completely blown away. Let's see. Dawn, hello again. How long have you been here? When did you sneak in? Let's see. I really enjoy her commentary along with the Squirrel Squad. Miss Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the Honey Badger, she's hilarious. I really enjoy her. Hats off the hours that she puts in. And Harshwin says, "Hi, Zena. I've been doing yoga and trying to enjoy the sunshine, but it's still cold here. Truth for Kylie." WTH Mark says, "Shelly, sending prayers your way, sister." And yeah, I'm so glad that you've been doing yoga. That was cool when you were talking about that yesterday, and you helped me incorporate yoga into the end of the videos so that I was actually doing a little stretching and I was doing a little instructing, and hopefully all of us can do what we can to keep ourselves limber and healthy, flexible. It's metaphorical as well as literal. I'm sick of these kids getting hurt and abused. Leave our children alone. I know. It's so stinking awful. I was stretching then as well. So yeah, should we do a little yoga right now? I want to show you guys the hands to heart. That's a nice one. And you can do hands to heart while standing. You can do hands to heart on your knees. When you're like on your knees and you're sitting on your feet, that's called the hero's pose. That's a really hard pose for me. So I usually will have like blocks or a pillow kind of under my bum. But the hero's pose and hands to heart, or standing and hands to heart, also, oh, what's another one? Like hands to heart is really good when you're doing some twists, because you can like hook your elbow on the outside of your knee. And like I said, the twists are the best. Oh man, it feels so good. I haven't done my yoga yet today, so I need to get on that. But yeah, just doing some hands to heart, you guys. And you can also do that above your head, kind of prayer hands over your head, or what's called steeple grip, which is kind of like making, like almost like making a weapon out of your hands. I really like the steeple grip with overhead or prayer hands. But hands to heart, I love it so much because it's just very connecting with your spirit, mind, and body. And then, like I said, the doing the twists with the hands to heart. Try it. You can do it. I mean, like I'm in a chair. We can do chair yoga. You can do it standing up. You can do it sitting on the floor. Just do hands to heart, you guys. Let's all do whatever we can with hands to heart today. And then we can share maybe what we did with that uh, pose or posture tomorrow. I watched something recently saying the DNA on John Bonet's underpants doesn't match the family. Well, Cosmic Kate. Yeah, I mean, it was Christmas Eve and she was getting abused by a lot of people, I think, not just one or two. Um, but I mean, I always thought Patsy was, she was the one who wrote that freaking, what was it, an 8-page ransom note that, I mean, it had the exact amount, like it was about $100,000 or so. The ransom amount was the exact amount of what her husband had just gotten as his Christmas bonus. You know, I mean, that case is so freaking weird. So freaking weird. Um, and the fact that it was what, around 25 years ago now and it's still unsolved is ridiculous. It makes me think that there was a lot of elites involved, a lot of politicians. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And then her brother, you know what, he's supposed to like walk around and try to live a normal life, like that's ever going to happen. The mother died of cancer not too long after, and then I think the father's still alive. We know the father dated Natalie Holloway's mom for a while. That was kind of odd, but you know, I guess it makes sense because they both lost children in high profile cases, so they could relate to each other. But yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Let's see. I did a headstand and then I remembered I have neck surgeries already, so I remember why I don't do headstands, but hands to heart. Yeah. Yeah, be careful because I know I do the same thing, like, you know, with hurting my toe so severely. And then, you know, I will be very conscious of it for the most part when I'm doing yoga, but once in a while I'll forget and I'll do something that I'm just like, oh man, I should not have done that. And yeah, we got to be really cautious. I hope your neck is okay. That's scary, harsh one. The first thing I would say with getting into any exercise routine, whether it's yoga or even just something as simple as walking, if you haven't been real active and you're just kind of breaking the ice with it, is consult with a physician. Um, I say always err on the side of caution. And any change can be hard on your system, even if it's a good change. So, um, also, Epsom salt baths are really good for everything, aren't they? I did a lot of Epsom salt baths with my toe injury. That was one of the silver linings of that, was it kind of propelled me to do Epsom salt baths daily for the first couple of months. And now that it's been past a couple of months, I still do them at least 2 or 3 times a week. And it's pretty awesome. I love it. TM108B. The messages are retracted. What's up? Who's that? So curious. Trauma bond. So let's see. I'm fine. I know how to not hurt myself, but thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy to injure ourselves with new injuries, old injuries, anything. I stay sore from my injuries and nerve damage. Ouch. Nerve damage is rough. So I'm curious who this TM10B is that put in a couple of messages and retracted them immediately. What is up with that, people? So curious. If you want to make another comment, TM10B, and tell us what you're all about. I don't know. Are you a troll? I hate to accuse anybody of anything if they're not, but that's sort of the nature of the beast with YouTube, is it not? So, trying to think if there's another good stretch I can show you guys. I really like the prayer hand thing. The twists that I've showed you, the supine twist we talked about yesterday. Just standing, and I was talking about the banana bends, but just standing like with your arms out and then twisting to one side and again glancing over the hand that's behind you. That's a really good one too. Just the simplest twists can do wonders. Absolutely. And steeple pose, twist right, exhale through mouth, extend, retreat back, and turn left, exhale through mouth, extend, retreat back, repeat. I love it. Late as usual, Jackie Bushable. Who is this TM10B that keeps typing in and retracting? Is it somebody that is innocuous and is just, I don't know, having trouble with their fingers and the keyboard? Or is what's going on? So curious. So I don't know if Ara is going to put her live back up from the night before last, but I couldn't link it in the description to my video yesterday since she had privatized it. And, it was kind of unnerving in that live when that troll profile came in right after she had blocked the one content creator whose name we shall not mention. And then what happened was, after she blocked, then this brand new profile came in and said, I'm going to expose you, or I'm going to expose you. It was just like, oh man, that kind of sounds like an MC Ultra kind of thing. But, I figured it was one of two people. So I don't know if she concurred with that. I know she was suspicious of the one that she had just blocked. But yeah, really weird. So, do you want to say who you are, TM10B? Do you want to? Please share. What state are you in? So distracted now, you guys. So, yeah, I was thinking I was going to wrap up anyway. We're getting close to an hour. Sandra Langford says, pray your hands, twist. Now pick them up, back, twist, set back in Chester drawers. I don't know what the Chester drawers is. Mary Stredwick, check your email. Okay. Oh, TM, that's okay. What's up? Hello, hello. And now you retracted again. Or do your messages just automatically retract? I don't know. I'm so curious. I am checking my email. Dare I? Let's see what we got. You know what? I think my email might be full. I'm not sure that I'm going to receive it because I don't see a new email. So just to let you know, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I see it, Mary. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, cool. Very nice of you, my dear. I'm watching you on TV and I couldn't see 1028. So yeah, TM10B, whatever comments, not bad. I can't see anyone retracting stuff. Oh, so maybe I'm the only one that can see the TM10B. I do not know. Oh. Oh, the moderators can see. Okay. Yeah, there's about 5 retracted statements, comments. Very curious. Very, very curious. Yesterday or Sunday. And Sandra Langford, my bra. I had bra issues yesterday. I don't know about today. Yeah. Very, very interesting. And I can see all their comments on my TV, LOL. Oh, you can see them, CB. Okay, good. Are you in top chat, Kate? Oh, see, and I'm in top chat. I hate the way it reverts to top chat all the freaking time. Like it should just stay in live chat. Yeah, you guys, you know how you can go up to the very top of it and click, and then it's like top chat or live chat? Maybe that has something to do with it. Squirrels is pretty smart with this stuff. So, so yeah, you guys, with the prayer hands in mind, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, sending you guys light and love. Let's pray for a better day. Let's pray for these victims. Let's pray that Kate Middleton is not being victimized by the royal family, but I can't imagine, even at best, even best case scenario, I mean, to be in her shoes, in my opinion, would to be victimized by the royal family. And that's why I have always supported Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and especially when they decided to move. I thought that was really smart. And maybe that had something to do with the illegitimate child that his brother had. Maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe he was sick of the family secrets. Like I was saying with the Cosmic Corpse, family secrets are one of the most stressful things for people to deal with. So I think that's a good talking point to wrap up on, because we all have had family secrets, right? And if you can talk about it and it's not a secret, that's going to help a lot. Keeping things in the dark is extremely stressful. Um, yes, I was Squirrels on Fire. Oh, so Cosmic Kate was in the top chat rather than live chat. One thing, FAFO. Now I know what that means. The FAFO. I'm sure everybody else already knew. I'm so slow. Nice to see you. I was just getting ready to wrap up, unfortunately. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's do our own. You guys, chanting is really good for a lot of things. Just having good vibrations, like literally. So why don't we? Oh, and that is Mrs. G. Thanks for reminding me, CB. Well, and I was talking about you earlier, Mrs. G. I was saying all kinds of great things, as usual. Someone brought up the litigation that you might be in with MC Ultra. So we support you 1,000%. You know that. And, you know, as long as it's not too stressful for you, I hope that it's like you have the attitude of bring it, baby, because I don't think she'd have a chance, snowball's chance in hell against you in a court of law. They used my pine cone as profile picture. Oh, the one that was retracting all their statements. Let's see. Did they go away? Did the retracted statements all go away now? I don't even see the retracted statement part in there. Are they the ones that were using the pine cone? That's funny. And uh-oh, what happened? The lights are going out. It's time to wrap. Set back in chest of drawers is full twist out the chester drawers. Lift, put them back in the chest of drawers. Wow, I don't know this one, Sandra. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm in this for Kylie and I'm not standing down. Good. Crime and Crochet is coming up against you? Say it ain't so. That's crazy. Is moaning considered chanting? You know, any kind of noise. Gargling is actually really good for the same like vocal cords. Used my pine cone. Oh, Crime and Crochet used your pine cone, and so you're going up against them. What a freaking cluster, huh? And, you know, all of this is probably just drama to distract us from chipping away at the truth for Kylie. So I think we need to be careful of that. I think it's good to pay attention to it and to do what you need to do to resolve it. But yeah, we all want to keep our eye on the ball. I know my pine cones anywhere. For people who don't stalk, harass, or bully, they sure seem to show signs they do. Oh, completely. And again, why would you do that unless, you know, you're making yourself look really guilty? So just like that Dan Estes with 1111 Tarot Mama D. After all, I carefully chose each one. Yeah, very cool. All right, you guys, have a lovely afternoon. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. And I'll look forward to seeing you mañana. So sending you light, sending you love. And oh man, I got to show you my chakra thing going on. Is that getting so pretty? I'm getting the lighting a lot better. So on that, peace out, love and light. And thanks again. You guys are the bomb. Love ya.